Hello everybody, Happy New Year and welcome back to some more Pokemon Showdown. This time, January has finally come, that meaning that there are new other meta games for the month, and just so happens that this one is Generation 8 Pokeabilities, which Pokeabilities allows that all three of a Pokemon's abilities be active at one time. And so thus, many Pokemon become very good because of those wonderful abilities that are combined. First up, first off, the general consensus for this team is going to be that it's more so of a sand team with not many sand abusers. But first up, we have Gigalith with Leftovers, as well as all three of its abilities: Sturdy, Sandstream, Sandforce. Sandstream Sandforce is a really good combo, since you are activating Sandstorm, but you are also getting your likely, well, actually not likely, confirmed stab moves be given a 1.3 times boost, as well as getting stabbed from it. So you're getting a 1.8 times boost to all of your moves that are stab in Sandstorm, as well as being, your ground, your rock, and your steel, depending on which type you are. And Sturdy is just good for Gigalith, since Gigalith really isn't that great. But with that being said, I have Earthquake, Rock Blast, Body Press, and Stone Edge. Earthquake just for the Sand Force boost. Rock Blast to bust through substitutes that may be lurking around. Body Press because of our really high defense. And Stone Edge for a really strong stab move. So we're going with a bulky set with max defense, max HP, and the remaining into attack with a Adamant Nature. Our special defense will also be boosted because of Sandstorm, since we are a rock type. Too, so we also have that added boost to our special defense, which is actually going to be really helpful in the long run. Next up, we have Perrserker with Life Orb for an all-out attacker. We also have Battle Armor, which prevents critical hits, Tough Claws, which makes our contact moves have 1.3 times power, and Steely Spirit, which allows both Perrserker and its allies Steel type attacks be multiplied by 1.5 times power. This effect is only when Perrserker is out on the field, which means that Perrserker will not be having, and none of the other Pokemon's Steel type attacks will be affected. That being said, we have Fake Out, just in case we want to lead Perrserker, we can Fake Out a Stealth Rock user, and just in general get that first hit out on anything that we go against. Iron Head for the boost. If you want to take the shot, I don't know. This could be very troublesome if you're against something like Gigalith or Tyranitar, Weezing, basically anything that's really slow, because Perrserker is also very slow. But it's also it has a mediocre speed stat, which allows Gyro Ball to be one of the most inconsistent moves it has. So I would rather go with Iron Head for the consistent damage as opposed to being potentially better. It also gets a 1.5 times boost, as well as a 1.5 times stab, which will basically give us adaptability for it. Close combat for Tough Claws, and Play Rough for coverage. Seed Bomb would be another good pick, potentially, or even U-Turn. But I won't Play Rough just for more fairy moves. You know what? I think U-Turn might actually be more, better. You could run Play Rough, you could run Crunch, you could run Gunk Shot, Hone Claws, Seed Bomb, Shadow Claw, even Throat Chop, Swords Dance or Taunt. Any of those could be really useful, but U-Turn is, well, U-Turn. We are also going for a bulky but also all-out attacker set. Going max into our HP and attack, with the remaining our defense going at Impish to allow us to potentially tank a hit from Tyranitar. Because if we do survive a hit from Tyranitar, likely we could potentially, with our massive attack, possibly take it down in 2 hits if we can get the jump on it, or if we can survive 2 hits, we could definitely take it out. Clefable Leftovers with Cute Charm, which isn't going to be very useful, but if we're against something like Fake Out on turn 1 or something, we could potentially get an Infatuation, force a switch. Magic Guard, which is really good against Toxic Stall, against avoiding rocks. And Unaware, which is really good for stuff like this, because then you have Pokemon like Perrserker using Sword Stance or something like that Unaware works really well on. Now, I went with an all-out attacking, but also a Cleric set. So I didn't use Calm Mind mainly because of Unaware. It's a slight nerf to Pokemon with Unaware, is they can't use stat boosts themselves. So I just went with Moonblast for stab attack, Psychic for coverage, Magic Coat to block against Stealth Rock, and Teleport just so we can get free switches. And like I said, bulky supporter, but also special sweeper. Max special attack and HP with a slight bit in special defense, and a modest nature just for the added damage. Next up, we have Espeon. Synchronize and Magic Bounce. We really are only using Espeon for Magic Bounce. We could probably switch into this instead of using something like we would Fake Out with Perrserker and then switch into Espeon for the Magic Bounce on Stealth Rock. If not, we could even just Calm Mind the Rock user while they switch out or something. Psychic, Wish, and Grass Knot. Went with Grass Knot because of Gigalith and Tyranitar, because they're going to be very common because of their other abilities. Comboing well with, or in the case of Gigalith, comboing well with Sandstorm and Sandstorm. I actually went with more physical defense with a bold nature, because of the fact that we have a pretty decent HP stat. We could potentially survive a crunch or a U-turn if we can, and then we also the remaining in our special attack. I didn't go with special defense mainly because we have Calm Mind and we can just boost off Calm Mind rather than investing effort values into special defense. Next up, we have T-Tar, Sandstorm, and Unnerve. Unnerve kind of useless since in singles not many Pokemon use berries. But you do have the occasional something like a Guava Berry just being thrown in there for newer users who don't really know what to really use. Crunch, Earthquake, Fire Punch, and Dragon Dance. I went with Fire Punch to potentially face off against Sun teams that may be using something like Chlorophyll or really Solar Power won't really do much since it are fire types. But even though we have Earthquake for a few of them, we also have Crunch, but also just Dragon Dance so we can boost our speed and attack. Likely just so we can use Crunch and Earthquake. You could switch out Fire Punch with either Rock Slide, Rock Blast, or Stone Edge. Or you could switch out maybe Earthquake for it. Either or It really works. I think Fire Punch is probably the better bet because of it's just you also have the chance for burn, which really changed the tide of the match. We boosted max attack and max defense with an Adamant Nature. Again, we do get that boost to our special defense with the effect of Sandstorm and us being Rock type. So we really don't need the use of effort values in special defense. Lastly, we have Galarian Weezing with an Expert Belt. Now, this may seem a little weird, mainly because it is, but what we have here is Neutralizing Gas, which, while this Pokemon's active, abilities have no effect. Now, honestly, I actually don't know how Neutralizing Gas will work against Weezing's other abilities, Levitate and Misty Surge. But I do think that Neutralizing Gas would be really useful against stopping Sandstream being activated from Tyranitar, or something like Clefable's Magic Guard, and even something like Gigalith being on it's losing sturdy and it can't start Sandstorm, and it also gets weakened from the lack of Sand Force. I went with Heat Wave for, like I had mentioned, with the Chlorophyll users, Sludge Bomb for the stab move, as well as those users, as well as Clefable and other fairies. Defog to get rid of Stealth Rock, and Strange Steam just so we can have another stab move, plus Confusion could be useful potentially. So it's a little weird for my EV spread, but there's a reason why I went with this. So I went with 12 in effort values into our speed, mainly because we outspeed Tyranitar. Tyranitar with no investment is a 158 speed. And with the 12 investment for Weezing, we have a speed of 159, which is one higher than Tyranitar. As long as Tyranitar is not using Dragon Dance, we will be able to, as long as it's not using that, or I don't think it, or Rock Polish, if it's not using Dragon Dance or Rock Polish, we'll be able to outspeed and confirm a potential 2-hit KO, if not a 1-hit KO. We also went max into special attack, so we could potentially get that one shot. And we put the last 244 into defense. So since that is a monstrous defense stat, we could possibly get Weezing up to surviving one hit and being able to take Tyranitar out the next turn. Well, with that being said, we're able to queue up for our first game. Alright, here we are. So it does look like it was a sand team with Dracozolt to use Sand Rush as well as Hustle. So really terrifying combo. Gastrodon for Storm Drain and Sand Force. Although Hippowdon over Tyranitar is weird. I mean, like, sure, you're using Sandstorm and Sand Force, but Tyranitar is such a better choice regardless. So I think our lead should be Perrserker. Use Fake Out. And Skilling Skilling Technician. That's actually really scary. So get the Fake Out. Break Sturdy. Then get the KO. Like I said, Perrserker is absolutely terrifying. Turn out into... We're probably going to hit us with ground. I'm thinking Espeon. Oh, Weather Ball. Could it be Specs? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, no, it's not Sphinx. I don't know if he's gonna switch or not. No, he's not. No other thing. So here comes Powdon. Another Sandstorm. We can have 120 base power grass not going at it. I think it might one-shot it. Okay, no, we get close though. And we get the yawn. Oh man, Magic Bounce is kind of great. So we get the KO on it. What's coming out next? Dragozolt. So we aren't gonna outspeed. We're gonna go down. It's a Weezing. I don't really know what to use at this point. Our best bet may be... So we have a 319 defense, 342 HP with Tyranitar, 359, 374. Yeah, so our best bet would be Gigalith. Hustle just saved me. Okay, Sturdy lets us live and take out Dragozolt. It's the best thing that could have happened to us. Here was Minchino. Yeah, Bullet Seed. Will take us out. We're likely to not be able to switch to Como. Bulletproof, soundproof, overcoat. He's probably gonna go for a fight for probably close combat. He's gonna switch to Clefable to resist or to Dream Punch. Almost got the KO. Yeah, Tail Slap's gonna KO us. Although we did get Infatuation, which I think might wear off. So with Fake Out, we should get we're gonna keep switching. Drain Punch will take us out. We're probably going to lose this by a very close margin. Yeah. Well, it was a close game. Very close indeed. But now we can go on to our next one, and hopefully we can win this one. So our team does play very well into a lot of those sand users, at least. Since we do have a lot of fairy moves and we have a lot of resistant moves to a lot of their like ground. Ground is the only thing that we really don't defend well against. But that can be easily tweaked with switching a few Pokemon around if you want. If you want to use Xatu instead of Espeon. Since you do also get Synchronize and just look here, you get Synchronize, Early Bird, and Magic Bounce, so you get much worse stats from... Oh no. Alright, well I guess this will be our only battle for this episode. Because I gotta go fix Espeon. But thank you all so much for watching. As always, the sets are going to be in the description below. And if you want to tweak it out, you could always comment what you did. and I can see how that works out and do another video to follow it up. And I guess I could say thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.